Good morning. So let's let everybody funnel in here a little bit, and then we will get going. Um, Kind of a lot to go over. Hey, Daniel, kind of a lot to go over this morning. So let's get to it here. Just send this link out, and we can kind of start. Okay. Uh-huh. And let me put this one more place, and then we're good to go. All right. Good morning, Nicholas. So overall, I'll just touch base on a couple things. Just got to watch these indexes today. Okay. This is shaping up. Hopefully, this doesn't break the 8-day. What you are seeing is you're seeing this, and then we'll just top into some names. This is breaking down today. You have to see how you open. That's not really a ringing endorsement on where you want to be, to say the least. So just consider that. In regards to some other names, IWM to me looks the best out of everything. It's kind of hanging in there. Maybe goes flat here today, but that looks the best out of all the indexes. Sector wise, focus on energy. Oil's over $80. Energy's breaking out. You can see it. Also, any of the Bitcoin names, focus on this. This is building a huge flag. So that's really what I have to go over. I'll answer questions and we can go from there. So looking for shop short today. So let's take a look at shop and see where we're at. Yeah, I look up here right at the 21. It was pretty perfect, right? Ran up, reversed here. I mean, you can short it here. Look, you can. I'm not going to tell you that you can't. You're probably heading to here, right? Is what you're thinking. But breaking that level is really what you're looking for. Okay, that's what you're looking for. So you really want to see how that goes. You want to see if it breaks that level. So let's see how it goes here. But yes, that's exactly what I'd be looking for, to break here. And this gap below is really what you're looking for too. So yeah, that could be a short for sure, Daniel. Hey, Nestor. PTGX for puts. I don't know what the news is. I'd be really careful. So I'm not sure what the news is. It looks to me, Nestor, like the news was something really good after they thought it was going to be really bad. And I hate to say it, make it that simplistic, but look, let's get rid of this. Okay, so we gap down, right, on what we perceived as bad news. And what happened a week later? We're breaking out. So, yeah, I'd be really cautious here. I'd be really cautious here. It's not something that I would be playing with. I definitely wouldn't be shorted. I would want to read and understand the news. Where are you pre-market on this? I don't really have time for this thing to have issues today. So let's see what these indicators. And yeah, I mean, look, this was your bar. If you get above this, I most certainly would. If you get above this, I most certainly would not short it. So, and that's really where you're at right here. I'd be very careful shorting that. Very careful. Hey, Stefan. Morning, know you. Den and Trox. and Den and Trox. Hold on 1 second here. Okay. So let's take a look at Den. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go near this. Let's take a look here. Let this come out. Okay, this is really been an issue today. So let's try this again. Yeah, this is not something that if I click on this, is going to give me an issue. Okay, so I wouldn't be going near this. I mean, every time you're rallying up, you're pulling back down. It looks a lot like the IWM, frankly. It's not something I'd be rushing into. Trox, yeah, same thing. I would not be going near this. So you can see your level on Trox and what you need to watch. It's right there. Okay. That's what you need to watch. So focus on that level. That's really where I would be. Okay, that's really your key area. See how you can't break that? You have to watch that. So you have to watch, make sure you don't, you break this before you even think of getting into it. RBLX. So yeah, I mean, this looks like it's kind of had it. I mean, this is really bad. Let's get rid of all this. I haven't, honestly, I've been watching it at all. It's not even on my radar anymore. Here's your 60 level, right? 79. I mean, this is your next real resistance level. Can you bounce? I mean, you could if you went, you undercut it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not something I'd be rushing into. That's for sure. You have time before earnings. I would just avoid it. I mean, I would just avoid this. Friday should have been a clear warning sign that there were issues. The way it acted on Friday, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't run into this. Planter and DraftKings. So Planter clearly showed you what it was going to do. Right after we ran up again, and then we just failed, and they bid a contract, but apparently they didn't get the contract. They're just up for it. So, that was a whole pretty fast move down, right? I mean, it's just, you could see the issues. This is going to take a lot of time. There's a lot of shares outstanding here, and not a lot of people really want to, keep buying this and getting this happening to them. You get over it after a while. And so I wouldn't be in a hurry here. If anything, I would tell you that this could very easily come back down. Like here, look at this. Okay. So here's your rising wedge. You break your rising wedge right here, right? You think you're going to go. You don't. You pop back up, and then you're down here again. I mean, you can go to $16, $17 again. That can happen. So just watch that. So let's just keep going. DraftKings. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be going near this. I think you're at least going to this level. You're at least coming to $45. I don't see any bounce whatsoever. This is their season too, and there's no bounce. So, I mean, you're in their season, and there's just literally no bounce. Hey, Jen. Yeah, I mean, the upgrade is not surprising. I mean, they have a drug. The drug's going to work. From what someone was explaining to me that's in this field, that is a doctor and a scientist, there's nothing on the label. So when you have a clean label, the drugs usually tend to do very well because it's not showing a ton of side effects. So that's very interesting, and this could go a lot higher. I'll leave it at that. But you have to get through that 4090 level first before you even look at it, before you even consider it. YYNOV. No, you can't go near this. I mean, look, if you truly wanted to buy this, you have to look at that. You have to wait for this. Okay. This is actually a video I'm doing, this pattern. It's actually called the bullish hook reversal. Um, they work a lot. They're very easy to spot once you know how to spot them. But you're already almost through the move, right? The reversal's here. And you bounce usually up to the top of this. And then you kind of have to see what happens from there. But I would not be in a big hurry here at all. I would wait and watch. There's a little trade there, but there's nothing really there now, Isaiah. NOV, this is interesting. So this is interesting because here's my picks and I'm breaking above them. So that's what's interesting about this one. Okay. So that's what's interesting there. I like that. I like that one more, way more. I like to see more volume, but now you're above the 200 day. Yeah, I mean, that could head back up to here. You could head right back up to that level, $18. So this one could move, and you are seeing some kind of movement in this line. So absolutely, I would look at that. THOGDRX MTTR. THO. Yeah, I mean, I would watch this. I like how you're building that base, and you have a flag, and you broke out, and you tested your 200 day here, and then you didn't break it, and now I'm above this line right here. So this looks good. I mean, this could work. Right? You see that? That could work. So I like that. MTTR and GDRX. GDRX I like a lot. We got stopped out of it. You can't really touch that here. You need to be really careful of any stock that's doing this, where you see these large wicks after they try to break out, because usually the move, like everything is an equal and opposite reaction, right? That's kind of how it goes. So what do I mean by that? So what I mean is when you break out like this and then it doesn't go, you usually don't stop here. You usually have a breakdown. That's why failed breakouts are so powerful. Like, you don't want to be in them. You want to get out of them. You want to get out of the way. So why we've been talking, the NASDAQ's regained like half its gain. So that's good. So coming back a little bit. So that's good. Let's see how that goes. If we can get over 360 before the end of this. But 360 is our level. We got to watch that. But we're starting to see an uptick. That's good. IWM just went positive. So that's good. Good. So we're seeing some signs that we could hold here. MTTR. Yeah, I mean, you broke it, but look at your levels. Like, you broke it, now you're sitting here. So maybe it's just going to flag and just build while the 8 curls up, and it's going to come into that number. I mean, it looks to me like that's what's going to happen here. Like, we're going to come into that number. We're just not there yet. So, hey, Ahmed, good morning. Hey, Terry. Terry, Bally Casino, no exposure to China, sitting right at the top. Let's take a look at it. Let's click off of that. So, yeah, I would not go near this. So I like how this is point crossing right here, Terry. But look, bonk, bonk, bonk. Now I can't even get there without coming back down. So I'd be careful there. I would be really careful there. A lot of those names look like they're going to come in now. Like, look, like they look like they're rolling. So, see what's going on here. We really haven't talked about this gapping down. They have a major labor issue, major. And I don't think they're going to be the only company that's going to have a labor issue. I think this is going to spread, frankly, but we're going to have to see. But this is really bad. And any rally on this, you probably could short this. on any serious rally. If you're like the short names, you might want to put that on your radar. Cat, I was looking at John Deere the other day, but they're just not even showing signs of life yet, Ahmed. I mean, they're just really not. Ahmad, I'm sorry. So see how you broke out here? Right? You tried, you failed, you're trying. That 21 day, it's giving you a hard time. Don't go near it until it fixes itself. Oh, you're welcome, Isaiah, anytime. Good morning, Voss. OKE. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, look, this could keep going. This volume's starting to pick up, this volume line. This could keep going. What's it look like on the weekly? No reason you can't try to fill that gap. I don't know why we gapped down to begin with. If you know, you can just tell me. It looks like it happened during the pandemic and we just never came back. I don't know what the company does off the top of my head. So, but it looks to me like you could get back up here. So keep that in mind. CVE. Yeah, I like names like that. I like stuff like this. So, I mean, that's a clear breakout and you're going. So you just have to watch it now. I mean, you know, your hope is that they pull back so that you can get more of them off. Whether that happens or not, I have no idea. You know, it's going to be hard. Look, it's hard when you're commodity based because when you're commodity based and you break out, everybody wants to own a piece of it. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I could see that working if we keep pushing higher. BL. Let's take a look at BL here. So backline, yeah. I mean, you see how your volume's going away? I mean, I'd be really careful here. It's got to hold this 200 day and the 200 starting to point down. So that's not great. And all these breakouts are met by wicks, which means what? We have selling. So I'm not really crazy about that. Hey, Carlos. Yeah, I mean, look, it's no great story that I've been short this for a while. And I continue, pardon me, and I will continue to be looking for short positions here. You see this right here? This is not something that you want to play with, right? You just don't. Especially, look, here's your breakdown bar, right? And now you're just wedged in there forming a bear flag right at the 200 day. So they could have major issues. They're trying to self-regulate now. They came out with a statement where they are going to, how did they put it? They're going to self-regulate kids online and cut down their time if they're on too long. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. I don't think anyone's in the mood to watch them self-regulate anymore. Frankly, I think that's over. So any rally, I think it's just an outright short. And I think it's been like that. Like there was one long trade I did on it where it could trade up, but that was it. Microsoft's breaking the 50-day. You have to be really careful here. It's got to get over that 21 and 50 day before I would even consider it. So, out of those names, the one that seems to finally been stopping from going down is this seems like it's getting there more so. Apple, but I would not be a buyer of Microsoft here until this stuff settles in. SPSC. So yeah, you're way, way too high up here for me. So I don't know if that print's real or not, but a move like this when you come off the bottom, I mean, that's a beautiful move. Don't get me wrong, but it's not for me. That's just not for me at all. It's a beautiful breakout. I don't know if that breakout was earnings or other data. Yeah, earnings. And then you're coming into another earnings date. You're probably going to go up or trade up on that earnings date because of what happened here. But you have no base. So if this comes down, this could really come down. So you're going to have to just really watch that. Microsoft cash. Get rid of this. And let's just put this over here. So, yeah, I mean, the issue with something like this is just all these wicks. All this we have selling every time we break out. So it's a clean breakout, and it's on huge volume. You just have to realize that you have to buy dips on this. And watch how this hammer plays. That's a gravestone doji, right? And I think that's this morning. So, no, that's the 8th. We haven't had any action on it yet. So just watch how that plays out and go from there. That's not something that I'd be running into, this bar, because you could break this and come back down to here, right? But overall, see how this is widening? Yeah, it's very attractive. Very attractive. So I like that. Need cash to clear. Is there a time I need to enter before preventing FOMO entry? Dan, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know if it's like that. I mean, maybe maybe there's another way in it. If you miss it, you miss it. But I'm waiting for this thing to break this level, this 169 level. So that's really where I'm at on it. I think it can go, but could you have a FOMO on that? Yeah, absolutely. Look, if Bitcoin comes in, that's going to get hammered. And you just have to realize that. AEHR is one that, we got in a little early. Traded it once, made money. Traded it again, didn't make money. But the gain outweighed the loss. What I would say here is you're trying this morning to hold this level. See this level right here? You're trying this morning to hold that. So that's what I would focus on, holding that level. If you can hold this level right here, you're in good shape. SCELDMTK. All right, let's get to it. S. I don't know why it won't give me. That's why it gave me that. That was weird. Okay, so you got up to the 50-day. You rejected twice. Now you're trying to hold the 8-day and support. There's no reason to go near this yet. Next one, CELH. So I like the name. I'll just tell you that this is what you're dealing with every single time that we're up here. I can get rid of all of them. Every single time you're up here, right? You can actually argue that this is a head and shoulders. So I'm not a big hurry to buy this. Every breakout is failed, every single one. So it could be time for this to come in. And when it starts doing this kind of stuff, you really have to watch it. You have to be really careful. So, because the whole thing's a rising wedge, right? The whole trade. So when this breaks, I'm just giving you an understanding of it. It's not drawn perfectly. But when this breaks, it's going to be an issue. It's holding in there, and, buying the dips has worked, but you got to be really careful here with this. I've been in and out of this name a lot, and when I've been buying some breakouts on it, even though I've been telling people not to buy breakouts, and it's just not working at all. This is just toast. There's no reason to go near this. Unless there's something fundamental that's going to come out about this, just avoid. Okay, you had your day in the sun. You went from 14 to 80, and now you're just flatlining. So nobody wants anything to do with it. That's pretty clear. I mean, look, let's get rid of the indicators. Nobody wants anything to do with it. MRO and Merck and Oxy. I think Merck's probably a short, right? If it does what I think it's going to do and break this, it's probably a short. If it's going to rally because they're going to come out with that news that everyone's waiting for, then it might go up, right? But you're in really no man's land. I've been saying this for some time here, look. It's been giving me a hard time when I'm clicking off of this. When I take the pre-data off for some reason, it's giving me a hard time. But I've been saying this. This is your range, okay? So you're going to have to watch that range. And I don't know how realistic this was this morning to 79 and a quarter, but overall, you're starting to move up here. Maybe it gets approved and the stock goes higher. If it does, that's probably not the best thing for like these kinds of names, but we just don't know. We don't know how we're going to act, right? We really just don't know. So we're just going to have to, we're really going to have to watch this and figure it out. So you're going to have to really watch this and try to figure out what you want to do. But to me, I'm not chasing this. I really have no interest in being long this until I would break out of here. Then I would take a look at it. But I'm not really interested in 3 points in Merck, considering the debt. Like, God forbid something happens and the drug doesn't get approved. You're just going to get hammered. Oxy's tied to oil. As long as oil goes up, this goes up. That's one heck of a move that we've had here. Okay, so that move can continue. But when oil comes in, this will come in. Now, oil's at $80, and there's lines they were showing that are starting. So I don't think that it's going to be one of those things where you're not going to be able to get oil. I think it's going to be an issue. I think California came out and started saying commercial kitchens can't use natural gas in some cities because it's getting so bad, which I don't really understand. But I don't understand how there's an issue, but there is. So 138.88 Affirm. You got to just watch that level, see if it holds, and go from there. Could this go higher? Yes. You just have to watch that peak and then kind of go from there. But you got to be careful of names like this because it's nothing for them to drop 10, 20 points like nothing in a market like this. You're bidding up a little bit on this market now, but it can turn on a dime, and you have to understand that. ProPetro Holdings, maybe they own gas stations, I'm assuming. By the way it's moving. This could absolutely work. So this could absolutely work. Yep. I mean, look. So trying to rest it on that. And I'm trying to rest it on there. I'm trying to rest it on that piece right there. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, breaking that 200-day holding, getting above this peak right here is really your next level here. Look. So there's $10, right? And there's that reversal right here. And look how none of the wicks are getting above that. So if you close above $10, yes, you could look at this. Chances are if you close above $10, you're probably going higher. So, but you're looking for a close there. Closing above $10. You just haven't done it. CARG. So, yeah. I don't like how you're breaking out and then you come back. I just don't like that. I don't like those kinds of moves. So they usually, look, if you have a bar like this and you're halfway down on the bar, right, off the close, you probably want to avoid it. You probably don't want to go near it. It's not something you want to run into. It kind of gives you a red flag, right? Let's put these indicators in. I like your volume, but when I start having these days where I'm breaking out, but I'm not really breaking out, yeah, I lose interest. Facebook, Carlos, I went over. I think it's a short. So, yeah, got to get coffee. I just grabbed more. Oh, you're welcome, Chuck. So let's go take a look. TBI, BWA. So TBI, True Blue. Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting chart. Very interesting. I don't know what they do, but that's exactly what you're looking for. Okay, and that's today's move over that. No, it just hasn't traded yet. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. And what I like about this too is see how this is like long green bar, and this is the low, this is the high, and then right here is the the long green bar, same thing. That's what you're looking for. That's exactly what you want to say. Um, so I like that. I like that trade a lot. Yeah, Borg Warner, here's your break. And then that's not really the most exciting bar in the world. That's almost setting me up to come back and pull back. So I just watched that. It did close over the 200-day and its downward trend line. The issue is that bar is not really a over ringing endorsement for something I'd want to be in. So I'd be a little careful. I'd be a little careful there. I'd be a little cautious, not going to lie. So let's just see here and then just keep going. What else we have? UPWK. I like UPWK. It's actually on my top 10 list this week, on that top 10 list I put out. You have to watch this level. Watch this level and see what happens. But overall, yeah, I really like it, and I think it could go. So let's see how it does. But I'm not putting a lot of faith in it for the the longer term. Let's just watch it, see how it goes. You got to break out here, right? And you haven't done that yet, so you have to break out. I think I at least have a trade to here, right? But there's a lot of resistance points in this name, like here, and there's all kinds of stuff. So it can get stuck, but it is starting to shape up, and it does have potential to get to this, but it's got work to do. Reminds me a little bit of APPS. Take a look at Twink. Yeah, I was looking at that. I have been looking at this. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they refinanced debt or what they did, but they did something. Hostess, they have obviously done something, because that's really ripping. At the end of the day, people are selling it. You can see that, right? Those wicks, but it's on fire, and I'm not really sure why. And volume's picking up. Like, more people are paying attention to it. So that was a pretty decent break here from 17, and now you're heading higher. So let's see how that continues, but maybe it does continue. Maybe it does. VYGFV. Voyager Digital. Yeah, stuff like this, you just got to get out of the way. If you're still in this, Dan, I don't know why. The only thing I could tell you, you want a ray of hope. This is the one I could give you. See that level, 870? You need to not break that. If you break this low, is that right? 870. So it's actually 870. Let me get down to where it is. So, and there's your long-legged doji. So you just got to watch it. But it's not something that I'm crazy about. I would be out of it, but if I break that low, you have to get out. But the long-legged doji can signify some things, right? What can it signify? It can signify uncertainty. It can signify a change in trend. Maybe you have a change in trend coming. But I don't see it. I don't see any reason to be jumping into that. Let's just go here. Is Zebra just backtesting from previous highs or something more ominous? It's a tech company. It's a tech company with a high PE, right? So are interest rates rising? Yes. Do people have a huge profit in this from a year ago on this weekly? Yes. So Is this something that you should be concerned about? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I can't be any clearer. Like, that's not good. So, you know, it's not what you want to see. You're down, what, 16, 17%, something like that from the high. Yeah, I mean, 16.6%. I was close. So that's really what you're looking for, right? I mean, like, I wouldn't be going anywhere near that. Frankly, if you break this and you close below it, it's a short. Just like when it broke the 50-day here, it was a short. As soon as it rallied back up to that line and tried again, it was a short. Like, I mean, every single time. So just keep that in mind. I mean, don't be chasing that, DJ. I would stay away from that. Apron, just caveat, I have a position in this. I don't know what happened on Friday with it, but to me, it just looked like it was going to go up. So I put a small position on, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm not really sure how we're going to do here today. The long red bar got me concerned about telling people to really jump into it. But, now you have to get up and over that red bar. So you really have to get back over 8 as soon as possible. That's really where you're at. Other than that, I really don't see a whole list of things to do there. Can it go higher? Absolutely, it can go higher. So let's see how it plays out. So DPST, I like that name. You just have to be willing to get it out of the way if it doesn't work. But that could definitely work. I mean, there's no question about it. And when it runs, it really does run. I mean, it's a huge mover. And if rates are going to go up and people are starting to think that interest rates are going to have to go up here, you're going back to these levels. You're definitely going back up here. It's just a matter of time. So that's really what you're looking for. And yeah, it can get a huge run like this, right? That can happen. So just keep that in mind. Yes, it's a possibility. And it definitely could go. CPE, I mean, look, this is a tough one to chase. You're right here. It's probably going to go over that today. We made $6. It just shook me out here. If it broke 54, I wanted out. I got out, but it just shook me out. But it happens. And then we had that reversal. Look, you have to be really careful here with these names. But as long as oil goes higher, these names are going up. And that's exactly what you're saying. I mean, from September on, right? I mean, this name's almost up 100%, right? So, I mean, let's look at this just so you can understand it. Like, that's not a small move in a month. So when these come in, they're going to come in hard. But there are trades in them. I mean, I'll run through the indexes again. I did it this morning, but like my thought on the indexes are, this needs to get above 360 and stay above 360. You don't want to open and then be lower than this bar. And that's really what it looks like is going to happen this morning. That's not where we want to be. Okay. It's not a good spot. It's really no man's land. And I'll be doing very little on that index until that resolves itself. This, on the other hand, is kind of like basing. Maybe we respect the 8-day moving average. Maybe we don't. We're backfilling a little bit. I just don't feel like jumping into everything here. And I'd be really, really, I can't stress this enough, really cautious. But I like this index more than all of them. I'm of the belief that we are bottoming, but that doesn't mean that you don't backfill and go from there. So just be careful out there. I was very cautious this morning, I thought, in my pre-market notes. So car, I meant exactly what you're looking for. Your issue is this. That's your issue. So you're probably heading to that, right? I mean, the move was Friday, breaking this, and then you're in and you're up. So travel stocks are doing well. Look at Singapore travel stocks right now; they're going crazy. I mean, I've been talking about this space. I like this space, but nothing seems to really be really working in it, and it's kind of an issue. So, car. Let's do Overstock. So, I mean, you're just basing nothing I'd go near. See, when you start flatlining your moving averages, you just might want to remember this. When they start flatlining, they lose value, and then it just means the stock's not going anywhere. So there's really no hurry to be in them. Hey, Dan. All right. What is the likelihood of NRGU continuing looking to enter? You don't have to donate to my channel, but thank you, Dan. Just if you want to do me a favor, just let people know that the channel exists, subscribe to it, and share the channel. Think of that as your fee. Can this keep going? Yeah. I mean, I hate this just I hate to say it like that, but yeah, I don't want it to keep going because of what it's doing to consumers globally, right? Your oil bills are going to be more, your gas bills are going to be more for this coming into the winter. You're filling up your car like it's just insane what you're paying for gas right now. That's not going away. Okay, so it's not going away, and it's a real issue. So consider that. Just consider that, and that fundamental trade is not changing. So oil can go to 100. Oil can go to 120. Okay, it's been there before, so it can keep going, and if it does, yes, names like this, they're going to keep rocking and rolling. I mean, that's what you're looking at. All these names, the exploratory companies start moving, everything starts moving. So, and you just have to be really careful there. But it hurts the car manufacturers. It definitely hurts the airline companies. So, but yes, it can keep moving. Hey, Zane. Roku. So, yeah, you just can't go near this. I mean, look, everybody got excited and giddy because we had this one day we broke out. Everyone's like, we're back. We're not back. Now we're kind of coming down, and we've sold down for the past 3 days. So, this is the kind of market that you're in where you're rallying up and then you're selling down. You cannot chase in this market. You just can't do it. So just consider that. Amazon, Zane, you're just kind of in like this trading range. I don't see any sense in doing anything with it. I really don't. Look at your range. Like, to me, you actually want to be, to me, this is where you short it, right? You would actually short it right against this line and buy puts. That was the move. So, and if you were right, you were right. If you were wrong, you were wrong. UPST is hanging in there. You need to hang in there, but you're building this flag right here. Here, look, if I get rid of this and just drag this and drop this here. Yeah, I mean, that's really what you're looking for. VYGR. VYGR. I would not go near that. That's not something that I don't know. I don't know why are we moving? You could tell me, give me a little more color. Why are we moving? Hey, Justin, good morning. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. BL. Yep, let's do BL. I was asked to do this one earlier. I don't know if we're expecting news or something, but you're just flatlining. I don't see anything exciting about it at all. I really don't. The areas that I would really be focused on today for everybody is really simple. I would be really focused on energy. Okay. I would be hyper focused on energy and that breakout. That's not a joke. This turning up like this is not a joke. So those names can go a lot higher, and you can actually start going through them and start thinking that the secondary names are going to move. Apple SF, just FYI, I own stock and I have calls in it. Look, I think that this is the one that's going to wind up bouncing out of the large cap tech names sooner than the others. That's my opinion of it. I could be wrong. I think you're going to run into November, December. But it's the one that I would buy because the Christmas season's huge for it. So I think that you're going to get a move up back to the highs by the end of the year. You're just not there yet. You're just not really there. So, you're sold back down to here and now you're bouncing back up. And I think you can bounce back up and get over here. So I think that can happen. I do like the name a lot, but just, when they came out with the iPhone 13 and people saw it, they were like, well, no one was really impressed, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. But just think about it that way. I really do like the company, and I think that it's a cash cow and it'll do well. But when you start breaking down, they all start breaking down because it's institutions that are raising capital, right? So like you can see here, see how that's going on? Okay, that's Google. Like this is when Google breaks down, it's really where you buy it because it's a value name at this point, right? It's just a cash cow. Like you want Google to be down here so that you could buy more of it before it doubles again, right? I mean, that's the kind of the move. Here you're paying $1,000 for it. Here you're up here. So you can kind of see why people buy these names and just forget that they own them, right? There's something to that. Let's remove all these rays. So, but just to kind of put that out there. Yeah, I have a couple minutes left here, Terry, to do this. AXTA. And we're going to wrap it up here. But if you have any more names you want to throw out, please do. As always, no, there's no place to donate to the channel, but just subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and please share this and this video feed, especially the morning one if you can share it, because we've definitely been adding a lot of people to it and a lot of new faces. But the more people in here, the more ideas we all get. And it's one of the benefits of doing this for myself and for everybody. I mean, I can't look at everything. I just can't. And on my wheelhouse is, larger cap names. So sometimes I miss things. So it's very helpful to me, but think about helping me out with that. So what are you doing here? You're basing and you're running right into 3091. I don't see a sense in doing anything. I really don't. I would just hold off on that. So that's pretty much it. Anything else you need, just reach out. As always, you can email me. I know some people don't like talking about their losses or position sizes, and they have questions. Just email me there, and we can go from there. All right, everybody, have a great day.